Yeah, it's your boy Young Dink, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Blah, blah, blah.
My granny died, that made a man of me. I'm standing on that business before I let you stand on me. Spinning racks with the plug.
All right, y'all, so we got Young Dink with us back on the porch.
Yes, sir.
It's been a minute since you was here like not a couple months ago, but it's almost like a year.
Almost, close to like a year ago. Yeah,
so, what's new? What's going on?
Man. First of all, give a big shout out for Dirty Glove for having us, man. You know what I'm saying? We just dropped my album, Most Valuable Trapper right now, which is out streaming on all platforms right now, man. Make sure y'all go get that. And we got the famous Trap Juice coming soon to a hood near you. So make sure y'all tap on in, man.
Now the Trap Juice, I want to know how that came about.
I got to give a big shout out to my CEO, my team. They actually helped me with this idea because right around the time that we was getting ready to put out, my album or whatever, we just was looking for different ways to market and brand myself. And this was one thing that they came up with, and I just ran with the idea. And, it's been doing pretty well, you know what I mean? It's probably been out close to like 2 months now. You know what I mean? It's been doing real well, especially in the Midwest, 219, East Chicago, Gary, Hammond, you know what I'm saying? So, it's been doing real good, and like, we definitely gonna have this in stores real soon. So, y'all be on the lookout for a Trap Juice. We got liquor on it. We got different flavors. Mango, we got lemonade, we got strawberry as well. So make sure y'all tap in with that.
So I do want to ask you, how important do you feel it is for artists to have multiple businesses just outside of the music?
Oh, it's very important to have that. I mean, the music is cool, but like the artist makes money, they make their money outside of the music. Like music is cool, like streams don't really pay a lot of money like that. So most of the money gonna come from touring and merchandise, and you gotta have, different things going on outside of music, because like this stuff really costs a lot of money to do. This ain't nothing cheap, you know what I mean? Like in order to really get yourself out there and really magnify what you got going on, you gotta, put money behind yourself. So yeah, it's definitely important.
So we got to get into your background, of course, because the East Chicago, Indiana, I got it right?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
East Chicago, Indiana.
East Chicago, Indiana, I ain't never heard of that before. You got to break that down, all of that.
Yeah, so I'm from East Chicago, Indiana. It's a small place, you know what I mean? It's right next to Gary, it's right next to Hammond, it's right next to actually Chicago. We neighbors right to Chicago. We probably like maybe 10 minutes away from Chicago. You know what I mean? But East Chicago, it's a small place. A lot of people probably don't know about it, but we're here to tell you all about it. You know what I mean? It's a lot of talent coming from my city. You know what I mean? It's a lot of guys that's really putting on right now. So we like finna magnify it and bring it to the forefront and let people know that, you know what I mean, the Midwest is here. You know what I mean? So shout out my city, East Chicago, man. I love that city. You know what I mean? I've been through the ups and downs with it, but I love it. And I'm definitely, when I get to where I'm going with this stuff, I'm definitely gonna put on for sure.
Now, is that one of those cities where you might have to move out of to be more successful?
You most definitely gotta, because there's nothing there. It ain't no opportunities for us, you know what I mean, as far as like music, really nothing, ain't really nothing there, you know what I mean? It's small out there, you know what I mean? So like, even to do stuff like this, we gotta go travel, we gotta go to the Atlantas, the Houstons, or the Floridas, or, you know what I mean, the Calis, just to get our name out there, you know what I mean? Because there's nothing there. Ain't no support there, there's nothing there, you know what I mean? So like, if you wanna do it to the magnitude of, how we doing it, you gotta leave the city. That's the only way for us to make it. Shout out Gary, Indiana. That's the city where Michael Jackson from. And he even had to leave as he was a kid, you know what I mean? And this is one of the biggest stars in the world, you know what I mean? He had to leave and get up out there. So what that tell you about you? So yeah.
And I was just gonna ask you about the support there.
It ain't no support there. I mean, you got some people that'll rock with you or whatever, but it ain't like if we come to Atlanta, we come to Houston or something, you know what I mean? Like when people rock with you, they gonna really rock with you. You know what I mean? The support level there is terrible. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a crab in a bucket. Don't nobody really wanna see nobody making it up out of there. You know what I mean? So, if you ain't somebody homeboy, they don't know you personally, you can forget it.
Dang, so what was your grind like in the beginning up until now?
I mean, it's been a hell of a grind, you know what I mean? It's been a hell of a grind to get my name out there, to build this up, to even have some money to even do this, because I came in, I had nothing at first when I started. I had $0. I'm fresh out of prison. just a dollar in a dream, trying to make something happen. But, you know, as time progressed on and I started, you know what I mean, getting my hands in different things or whatever. And next thing you know, voila, I'm here.
Did you pick up your craft while you were serving time?
No,
or?
I've been rapping all my life. I've been rapping since I was like 9 years old. I always was heavy into music, but like I got serious about it once I got out of prison. That was like in 2013. I got out of prison. I was like, you know what? I can't keep doing the things that I was doing that was gonna land me back in that situation again.
Yeah.
Because I've been, you know, in and out of jail my whole life, you know what I mean? In and out. 1 year here, 2 years here, 4 years here. And it was just like, how many times do I gotta bump my head against this wall to see that this wall ain't finna go nowhere? So I gotta find a way to go around it. So, you know, music like really saved my life, you know what I mean? Like without music, I don't know what I would do, you know what I mean?
Right. Now, when it comes to being like in and out of jail, like how you stated your whole entire life, what kind of effect does that play onto you?
I mean, mentally, it's you know what, it's a bittersweet thing. I mean, it's fucked up that it happened, but I'm kind of glad I had to go through these trials and tribulations and got to really understand, like, you know what I mean, who I am as a person. It was rough, you know, prison is rough. It's exactly what you see on TV. It's rough in there, you know what I mean? And it's just like, if you ain't really standing on nothing there, you gonna get swallowed up, you know what I mean? And but like I say, it's helped me, you know what I mean? Prison definitely helped me, motivated me to come out and be a better person, you know what I mean? You got a lot of guys in there that they might go in there, you know, a messed up individual will come out a scholar. He might went to college, he might have got all type of different trades and he got his mind right. Now he got out and got him a good job and now he trying to move forward with his life. So, you know, like I say, prison is, like I said, it's a bittersweet thing. It's messed up that I went, but I learned a lot in there. I learned how to really take nothing and make something, because, you know, it's nothing in there. You ain't got nothing in there. All you got is time on your hands. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I don't know if this sounds crazy to even state it like this, but I have always wondered, like, what is it in prison when people get out and they're a whole different person? Like, what are y'all doing in there that shapes y'all into a different person when y'all get back?
Because like all you got is time on your hands, so you just sitting there, you thinking. You thinking like, and a guy like me, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do when I get out and how I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna plan and execute. I'm gonna come out a better person, because we don't wanna, you know, get out and do the same thing, because that's gonna shoot you right back, and that's what they want you to do. You know, the recidivism rate is almost, I think, 85%. So, you know what I mean? More than likely, if you go to jail once, you're going to jail again.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That'd be the crazy thing, and I'll be trying to figure that out too, because I'm like, dang, like once
But sometimes it be our circumstances. You know, we come from, and I don't want to try to blame it on this, but we come from impoverished communities. There's no opportunity there. There's no jobs there. There's hardly any money there. You know what I mean? So what do y'all expect us to do? Y'all put us, we in these messed up situations. And you give a guy 20 years for selling a bag of crack, but you let a guy who molested some kids, you let him go off scot-free with probation or something like that. It's weird. Our judicial system is messed up. And that's what like guys like Meek Mill and them, they fighting for reform, because it's just like, how are you getting all this time for a few bags of crack? That's not solving the problem. You ain't getting El Chapo or nobody like that. You getting a low-level guy that was trying to feed his daughter that day.
Right.
And you want to slam him and give him 50 years for that. I don't understand it.
Dang, so speaking of just like the different artists, you know, fighting for our judicial system, you know, we got the new thing now where they're trying to incriminate rappers with their lyrics.
Yeah.
And you know, the younger rappers, you know, they rap about like ops and stuff like that. So what's your perspective on all of that?
Stop talking about it in the music. I mean, you know, because obviously these people, the feds, they watching and they listening and they paying attention, and they know that, you know what I mean, all they doing is taking it and lining it up with a chain of events that didn't happen. And taking what you done said and what they've known already, and they just taking it and putting it together. So I think we got to be careful about the things that we say in our music, you know what I mean? Don't incriminate yourself. I mean, you could talk about some things, but just don't talk about it all, you know what I mean? Whatever you do, like, you know, keep it to yourself type stuff, you know, but like we in an era now where it's like, everything's on the internet. Like if you're selling dope, it's on the internet. If you got guns, it's on the internet, you know what I mean? So the internet then kind of changed the way how people do things now. So yeah, we gotta try to keep that stuff off the internet, and yeah, for sure.
Now, just to take it back a little bit, did you ever think, like growing up, that you was gonna end up pursuing a career in music?
Yeah, you know what I did? I definitely
Really?
did. Yeah, I definitely did. Cause like I said, growing up, I was always doing like talent shows, and I was always rapping. I always knew this what I wanted to do. I felt like this what God put me here for, to use my voice for the voiceless. You know what I mean? So I always knew I was gonna do something with music. I always knew I was gonna do it.
And I know that your grandmother was like a big inspiration for you.
Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace to my grandma. She passed away in December, and yeah, man, she really inspired me a lot to be great. You know, it was a good lady, great lady. She's actually in like a few of my videos. You know what I mean? And she was a big inspiration to me, my brothers. You know, I love that lady. Without her, I don't know if I would be the man that I am today. So yeah, big shout out to her. Rest in peace, Granny. I love you, and you know, I know she's proud of me. I know she's looking down, proud of her grandson that, you know, I got it together, you know, because that was her thing. I just want to see you do right. I don't want you to go back to jail. You know what I mean? Like, we've been through enough. Because people got to understand, when you get in these situations, not only do you hurt yourself, but you hurt those around you, especially if you got people depending on you that need you out here. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And I know you mentioned earlier that rap really saved your life, and I kind of wanted you to dive a little deeper about, you know, your perspective with that.
When I say rap saved my life, it just take me out the streets, you know, because I've been deep in the streets for a long time, and the music is just helping me elevate, helping me get out of my comfort zone, helping me get out of my hood, my block all day, you know what I mean, helping me to see different things that I never saw, do things that I never did before in my lifetime. So rap definitely saved my life, because without rap, I know I'd probably be in the streets doing something I ain't got no business doing, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely saved my life.
Starting out, what would you say were like some challenges you had to face?
As far as the music, I mean, just really getting the financial backing for this. Because like I say, like we were just talking about, you know, without the money, it's hard to do this. Like, I don't care how talented you are as a person, you can be the best at whatever you want to be, but without having somebody behind you, or you actually having the money for yourself to do it, it's gonna be extremely hard, because, you know, you paying for marketing, you paying for your videos, you paying to get your stuff uploaded on iTunes and all that, like you paying for merchandise, you paying for, it's a lot of stuff that you come out of pocket for, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, definitely the financial backing to me was the biggest.
Now, marketing, you hit a key point with the marketing,
Yeah.
because I feel like, well, I don't want to put it on a lot of artists, but people forget about the marketing process. It's not just, okay, I'm gonna post
And
this
it's just
on
finna go
Instagram,
crazy.
on social media, and
it's
that's
just,
it.
No, it's deeper than that. It's very, very deeper than that. You got to put it out there. You know what I mean? You got to pay to, you know, run ads on your music from Facebook to Instagram. Pay to get your stuff here and there. Get you a Dirty Glove interview. Get you a From the Block interview. You know, it takes a lot of different things to really get it and magnify it and push it out there, because it's, like I said, anybody could post a song. That don't mean it's gonna do nothing. How many people we know drop songs probably every day that's not going anywhere? Like, don't nobody even know you dropped it. You know what I mean? You think I'm just gonna press the button, I'm just gonna post it, that's it. You know what I mean? You in for a rude awakening.
Do you feel like early on some artists do the whole like incognito thing too early? I had made a tweet about that. You think so? Like, you know, where they don't post, they don't say anything about their music, they kind of just post it one time and then they like fall back.
I've definitely witnessed that before, and it's just like, dude, if you're not talking about your music, how you expect somebody else to talk about it? You're not making posts every day. You're not keeping it in their face. You see, you gotta be, when you're doing this, you gotta be in the people's face, because, you know, people's attention span is short. They will forget about you within the next 2 seconds. How many rappers we got coming? How many, you know what I mean?
It's so many.
It's a lot of us.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you're not doing nothing to stay in front of these people's face, eventually you're just gonna fade away. You know what I mean?
Now, what do you feel really separates you as an artist?
It's authentic. You know what I mean? It really comes from my heart, and I'm doing this not for money, not for a monetary gain. I'm doing it because this is what I really love to do. I really love to make music. All I want people to do is just enjoy my art and appreciate it. You know what I mean? The money, all that's gonna come with it. But I never made music for money. I made music because this is what I really love to do. I love to see when I'm outside in the public, people coming up to me like, hey man, I just heard your tape. Hey, this is my favorite song on it. Oh yeah, man, let me buy one of those t-shirts, or let me, you know what I mean? So it was just, like I said, I just love music. I really love music. And the goal of mine is just to see thousands of people singing my song word for word. Like, I would love to just, you know what I mean, see that happen, you know what I mean, one day. And it's definitely gonna happen.
Okay, now you said you love music, so I gotta know, who was you listening to, like, when you were growing up?
I actually like we was listening I was listening to like it's local guys around the area that kind of motivated me to do it. When I was coming up, Grind Family, CCA, like I said, these people that like to the general public probably don't know about. But I was listening to them coming up. But like, you know, like my favorites though coming up too also was like Jeezy, Gucci Mane, I like the Yo Gotti, T.I.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I like them. Yeah.
What would you say that it is that you want people to take away when they listen to your music?
I just want them to take away like, I want them to really understand that this is a real person right here. He just, I want them to see that he can actually change his community, his circumstances through his music, and see that, you know, it's very real, like this coming from a real place. And you know what I mean? Like I said, I know God one day gonna use my voice for something bigger than music. Hopefully I could be a mentor to some kids and be able to show them that, you know what I mean, like a different way. You know?
So what is the pressure like coming out as a rapper from East Chicago, Indiana?
I wouldn't say it's a lot of pressure. I mean, it's just getting from out of there. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that I feel like that you have to do as far as coming from where we coming from. You gotta get out of there. Like, it ain't no pressure. Like, I feel like I'm one of the most talented guys in the world. So it ain't no pressure on that end, but it's just getting out of my hood, getting off my block, you know what I mean, and really taking this to another level, really sacrificing, you know, because without sacrifice, there is no success. So you gotta sacrifice, you gotta give up some to get some, so, yeah.
Ooh, what would you say is like a really big sacrifice that you had to make?
Time, definitely time away from my daughter, you know what I mean? Shout out to my baby Anais. I got a little daughter, she 3, about to turn 4 years old. So just sacrificing days and time away from her, but just, you know what I mean, when she get older, I'm gonna just let her know, like, I was just really trying to make a better life for you know what I mean? So you don't have to go through the things I had to go through, so yeah.
Where would you say you see yourself in about, I'm gonna say like 2 years?
I see myself in 2 years, like, being successful, being bigger, my name being bigger. I see myself helping out a lot of people. Like I say, we started NVT. This is the name of my mixtape, but it's also the name of my label. You know what I mean? So hopefully I'll have me some artists and stuff like that. And I want to give a shout out to my CEO, D Brown, Same Hustle New Money. That's my team right here behind me. You know what I mean? They've been helping me along this journey, and yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Now, with your label, what do you feel is really gonna separate it from the different ones that we have out now?
Right, well, what's gonna separate us is because the unity. Ain't no big I's, little U's. You know what I mean? We was all bosses before we even came together. Everybody was a boss. Everybody had stuff, and we all been having motion. So it's just like when we put it together, it was just like, you probably never see this many real niggas together on one accord. Without it being no, all right, man, you know what I mean, you this or you that. Like, ain't no big I's and little U's in this thing. We all pushing forward for the same thing, you know what I mean? We all trying to get to the same place, and we figure like if we come together, we can help each other. It's gonna make it quicker and it's gonna make it more efficient because you need a team. I've never seen a mission completed without a team.
Damn, you low-key read me. You low-key read me. Like, you know, we be trying to do it all by ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
ooh, that's so much stress, trying to do everything on your own. Just imagine you trying to do this. You want to be the cameraman. How can you do that? You know, how can you do that and rap and promote and do this and do that? So it's just with anything, not just even rapping, period, just in life. Like, you need a team. You need a team of people to help you, you know what I mean? Because there's certain things that you can't do. And you being one person is only gonna get you so far.
all right, that's enough. You reading me too much. No, I'm just all right, so we gotta go into, I'm not mistaken, is this your first like
This is
body
my,
of
yeah, this is
full
my
body
first
of work?
project.
Wow.
This is my first ever project. Like, up until this point, I've been dropping single after single after single, heating the streets up. But it's like the people wanted a project from me. It's been a long time in the making, so it's just like I had to give it to them. You know what I mean? Like, I was real nervous at first. I ain't even gonna lie.
I was gonna ask you, like, what was the holdup? Because when I was researching you, I saw a lot of singles that you dropped, and so I'm like, okay, let me make sure.
I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I was nervous up until even getting it out. Like, just having talks with my CEO, D Brown, and he was just like, man, every time it comes time for you to put an album out, you get the cold feet. You know what I mean? Because I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous.
Where would you say, well, what were you really nervous about?
Because I didn't know how the people were gonna take to it. I didn't know, you know what I mean? I didn't know if people was really gonna support it like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know, you know, and I was scared, you know what I mean? So I'm one to admit, you know what I mean, that I definitely was scared. But once I dropped it and once, you know, we had a listening party, great listening party turnout, and once we dropped it, it was just like, you know what I mean, it went super crazy.
So take us through the creative process when it came to Most Valuable Trapper.
The Most Valuable Trapper, I mean, it was simple. Like I say, I just go in there and I just freestyle. I ain't gonna lie, I don't really write a lot of music. So, and I just record a bunch of songs, you know what I mean? And we just pretty much just pick the best songs. Pick the best songs and whatever we feel like, you know what I mean? Yeah, this one hitting. And we're gonna pick that. But like I said, it's pretty simple for me. My recording process, I just listen to the beat, I just go in there and rap.
What would you say was like the inspiration with this one?
Oh, the inspiration with this one, just where I'm at with it now in life, period. Like, I'm doing the best I've ever done in my life.
Right.
I'm blessed. I thank God that I'm in this position that I'm in, like, because I know it's a lot of people that going through a lot of things right now, and I'm blessed to wake up to not have to struggle, to not have to worry about how I'm gonna pay my bills, to not have to worry about how I'm gonna take care of my daughter, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I'm just, it's blessed. I'm very, very blessed, and I'm thankful.
So now that you dropped your first project, do you think you gonna keep this here for a minute and then probably drop like another time, or you gonna keep dropping like?
I'm actually about to keep dropping consistently, like every at least like 3 months. I'm gonna keep dropping. Of course, we're gonna keep this one, keep promoting it, keep pushing it. But as we promoting and pushing this one, here goes another project. You know, because you gotta feed the streets. Like I was telling you, people attention span is short. So they get that, digest that, okay, they want something else, and you gotta feed them. You gotta be able to feed them. I think Wayne and Gucci is the guys who really changed the game as far as like the output of music. You have to put it out there. Like, this ain't no, I'm finna drop once a year and there's that. You damn near can't even drop once every 6 months. You got to be coming with it.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Like, you dropped this, so you know, like, it's on. You gotta
most
keep
definitely.
going.
And it's like we already start working on the second project already. So we already in motion to get the second project. We start already working on that one though. So we just got to keep feeding them, keep feeding it to them. You know what I mean?
Now, with this project in particular, what was it that you wanted your listeners to grasp from it?
I just wanted them to grasp that, you know, this right here is the best body of work that y'all probably ever heard within the last 10 or 15 years. And I'm standing on that. I don't know if you heard it or not, but you definitely got to go check it out. It's one of those projects. I'm standing on that.
No,
like,
it's hard. I had to listen to it before.
It's one of those projects. Like, as soon as the first song cut on, it's gonna catch you. It's gonna captivate you. It's gonna make you want to just listen to the rest of the album. It's really dope. We put a lot of hard work, a lot of time into it. You know what I mean? It wasn't just something we just throwing out there. You know what I mean? Like, cause you know, we articulated this to the best of our ability. Like, it's crazy, man. It's one of the dopest things I've heard. And that's just speaking from a fan point, not just because it's my music, but I know good music. So, yeah.
Now, I do want to ask you, who are like some artists that you would want to work with in the future?
Oh, definitely want to work with Dirk. Definitely want to work with Lil Baby. I actually met Dirk back in like 2018.
Really?
Or whatever, before he got like super, super big. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we was at my mixtapes party or whatever, and I got a chance to meet him, and I think it was some of the Migos was there, K-Camp. So it was dope. It was actually out here. It was in Atlanta somewhere. And it was just dope to see where he at now, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's like the top artist in the game right now.
Yeah.
So I would like to work with him, Baby, Moneybag, pretty much all them guys. It ain't nobody that I wouldn't work with.
Right. Now, you know, as we've been talking, I could tell that you really want to leave an impact. Like, you just don't want to be one of those type of artists that just makes music, put it out, build a fan base, whatever. It's like you said, like, you feel like this is your purpose. Yeah. So I do want to ask you, like, what is the impact that you would want to leave?
I just want to leave a great legacy. I want to know that, you know, I was about my community, my family, you know what I mean? You know, I definitely want to, like I say, just reach the world with this, you know what I mean? I know as I see other artists and what they do, and it motivates me to just keep going with this, because I know where this stuff can really go if you give it your all, you know what I mean? Like, and we giving it 2,000%. I ain't forget 100%. We giving it 2,000% right now. Like, this is all we got. It ain't no what I'm gonna do after this. This just gotta happen for me.
Right. Now, we got Most Valuable Trapper out now. You said you working on this second project, so we holding you to that. So what we got next for you?
It was definitely, we got MVT 2. That's definitely about to be coming. got a whole, got some new videos on the way too or whatever. So we're gonna be actually, I might drop one tomorrow. I think tomorrow or today after when we leave the studio. So y'all be looking out for that. Like I said, our MVT2 project is finna be crazy, just like the first one. You know what I mean? So and like I said, big shout out to my team, man. Same Hustle New Money, D Brown, $10. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody from the area that's really supporting us and get behind this movement.
And I see you brought the gang with you back on the Porch.
Yeah,
For people who
yeah,
didn't see the first one, go ahead and introduce everybody.
Got my boy Jonesy right here. This is
Shout out Roll K.
yeah. Oh yeah, you can't forget my boy Roll K. He was actually behind the production on MVT. He did a lot. He did like 80% of the beats on there. Shout out him. Shout out Jones, you know, he producer, cameraman. He do it all. Though. He's a extraordinary person. You know what I mean? He's very dependable. Shout out my boy Rico back here. He cut hair. He cold with it.
Period.
Shout out $10. This is one of the top artists right here. You know what I mean? He got the Pandemic out right now. Make sure y'all go get that. Shout out my boy Willie. He do credit right here. So if you're trying to get your credit right, this the guy to tap on in with. And shout out to Big Hustle right here. My CEO D Brown, man, for creating this thing and really motivating us and pushing us to take this to places that we didn't know we could take it to.
Now, before we wrap up, do you have any last words or shout outs?
No, not really. I pretty much shouted out everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't really got too many more shout outs, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my city though. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting the MVT, you know what I'm saying? Keep streaming it. Make sure y'all go get y'all trap juice. Once again, the hottest drink out right now, man. Y'all tap on in with your boy, man. We going up.
My granny died, that made a man of me. I'm standing on that business before I let you stand on me. Spinning racks with the plug, I'm talking 20 bands a week.